Madonna, welcome to the Radio 1 Breakfast Show.
You're welcome.
A few weeks ago, we sent some Breakfast Show listeners over to New York to see you play there, and they said it's fantastic. I saw you perform at the MTV Awards in Stockholm, and it was ace. I can't wait for the show tonight. Why Brixton Academy? You could fill every stadium in the country, but you play in a place that holds 3,000 people.
Because it's really more of a kind of thank you show to my fans, and I wanted it to be more intimate. So I purposely tried to find a venue that was about 3,000 people, because that's what the show in New York was.
Okay, do you still get nervous before you perform?
I so get nervous. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I heard you say that on MTV. I just couldn't believe it. I just can't still get nervous.
Why?
Well, after such a break, are you more nervous?
Probably. That probably has a lot to do with it, because I haven't been on stage in a while.
What are you like when you're nervous? Do you get quite ratty, or?
I just, I start pacing, and I have to, whatever I can do, vocal exercises, or chatter onto my hair and makeup people, or look at myself in the mirror a lot,
But once you get out there, do you chill out after a minute?
Pacing. Yeah, nervous energy.
Tonight, you're being supported by Richard Ashcroft, Texas, and Liam Howlett DJing. Can you tell us why you chose those people?
Well, the original idea, especially when I started thinking of doing these little shows, was that I wanted to present not just myself, but other artists that I'm really big fans of. So, and I tried to put together a whole list of people in New York, but nobody was available that I really wanted to do the show there. So then, fortunately, a lot of the people that I asked to do were available for this show. And, of course, obviously, I love Liam from The Prodigy, and I'm a big fan of Richard Ashcroft, and a huge fan of Charlene Spiteri, and also Goldie's DJing, and I'm a big fan of his. So, it's really, I know, right? Trouble.
He's a nutter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a nutter. Yeah, but everybody that's performing is a nutter. Honestly,
I know Liam quite well. I used to see Leroy of the band.
See him? You mean date him?
Well, I was engaged to him, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I read about that in The Sun. You guys broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He used to make me really jealous.
If you read The Sun, you know.
Well, yeah. He used to say that you taught him some yoga moves, and he used to be really jealous, going, oh, fine, right, okay, Madonna taught you yoga. Was it a lie?
What, that I taught him some yoga poses? God, maybe I did. I don't know. I've hung out backstage a few times with those guys. Maybe I gave them some stretches to do and stuff. Sorry. We can do some later.
Excellent. At the New York show, you wore a Britney Spears T-shirt. MTV, you had a Kylie T-shirt on. What's tonight?
That's a secret.
Wow. Are you going to wear another one with a name on?
Yeah.
We did ask a lot of fans to email in questions to ask you.
Okay.
And the main one coming through was, are you going to do a big tour, a world tour, ever?
Yes. Ever in the summer.
In the summer?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All around the world?
Yeah.
That's a world tour then, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the music album, you've worked with William Orbit again, also the French artist Mirwais.
Very good.
I've been practicing in the cab. How do you go about choosing who you work with?
I just have to have a reaction to them when I listen to their stuff, and I never want to work with people that have done lots of other people's records. I always want to find somebody new and fresh, because I don't want to repeat myself, and I don't want to hear something I've already heard. So I decided to work with William when he sent a demo of some new tracks to my record company, not really because he was trying to get a job working for me, but more like he wanted to get signed as an artist to my label. And I hear a lot of this stuff, and so I heard that, and I'm like, okay, gotta work with that guy. Sounds amazing. It just really inspired me as soon as I heard it. And then a couple of years later, the exact same thing happened, so I feel like there's an angel watching over me, because I was, starting to write music for this album, and I didn't really know which direction I wanted to go in, and I was toying with lots of different ideas, and then Mirwais' demo arrived at my record company, and my partner gave it to me, and I heard that, and I'm like, oh my God, that's it, that is it. So
is that
it's
how it works?
just things just happen.
I mean, how do you keep your finger on the pulse with everything?
Well, I listen to a lot of stuff. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of French, what people consider to be like French underground music, and funnily enough, that was what I was really into at the time, so it was weird. It was just kind of this strange, fateful thing that happened, that his music showed up.
Are you a big believer in fate in general anyway?
Absolutely.
Are you quite easy to work with when you're in the studio? Can you accept? Have you ever had a really bad idea?
I've had loads of really bad ideas, and I think I'm very easy to work with because I know exactly what I want. I think one of the problems most people have when they get into the studio is they can never make decisions about things. So I'm very decisive, and I work really hard. And you know, I don't get insulted if, like, the producer I'm working with or the writer I'm working with says that's such an naff idea. You know,
I suppose it'd be frustrating if they were too scared to go. Actually,
no, they're not, though. Honestly,
people say that you reinvent yourself. Do you think that's true, or do you think it's more that you're developing? Yeah, you don't think that's true then.
Well, no,
So
I
you're
don't know.
just going
I'm doing what every girl does. You know, it's like when the new fashions come in, you want to wear them. I mean, should I wear the same clothes all the time? And you know, girls always want to change their hair, right? And for some reason, everybody makes a big deal about it. But I'd rather die than repeat myself over and over again.
It was that snoring thing gave it away as well. You've sold 120 million albums. You made movies. You run your own record label. You've now got a gorgeous family. What do you want to achieve now? Do you still feel like you've got stuff to do? Or
I feel like I've got a zillion things to do. I feel, even though it seems like I've accomplished so much, and I have, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. I just feel like there's no end to the things that I could do and learn and experience. You know, I mean, I want to do everything. I want to write. I want to direct. I want to, you know, I want to go on tour again. I want to make more music. I want to read more books. I want to travel more. I want to do everything.
What sort of thing would you like to direct?
Well, I'd like to start off like maybe directing one of my videos. Instead of being in it, direct it. That would be an interesting experience, and then see what happens after that.
I've just seen the Tell Me one back at the office.
Yeah, line dancing.
Do you like line dancing as a rule? Or?
Well, no, I've been to some cowboy bars in America, and it's like a really big deal, and people show up in their cowboy hats and their really tight jeans, and they're super serious dancing to country and western music, and it's really cool because it's pure, and people are really enthusiastic when they go there, but it's not like really my style, like in terms of music. But I like the idea of taking that style of dancing and putting it to my music.
We saw there's just a tiny bit in the video of you on that bucking Bronco.
Yeah.
Were you any good at that? Because it's a tiny bit. I thought, God, perhaps you bailed out a few times.
No, I had to take lessons and practice before we shot that. They had to put cushions all over the floor, and then I got on it. And you have to get used to it, and your inner thigh muscles are killing you afterwards because you really have to grip. I mean, I guess it's like horseback riding, which I don't really do, so it was hard for me.
All right, because I do. My horse used to be a right bugger for jumping up and stuff. So I was thinking, I won't mind doing that. On music, you sing about the powers of music, makes people come together. Do you believe that?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, think of all the people that are listening to your radio station.
There's quite a few. I try not to think about it. Just think of my mum listening, that's it. I've got to say as well, just music, just one of the best songs of the year.
Oh, thank you.
My new bloke is a DJ, and he's played the Deep Dish remix.
Oh, isn't that the best?
Oh, it's just ace. Whenever it's out, and just people go mental, like in Ibiza, and the second the music bit comes in, it's like, way, and it's really, really kicks off.
Yeah.
When people remix for you, do you really study them closely when they do a remix for you and decide?
Yeah, definitely. Before I ask somebody to do a remix, I definitely check out everything they're doing. Or if I've heard some, like Deep Dish, I'm a huge fan of theirs, and I'd been listening to their stuff before, and I thought, okay, I'm definitely going to put them on my list of people I want to do remixes for me.
You're playing tonight live in London. Was it important for you to play in London? Do you love London?
I love London, and yes, very important. I mean, I recorded my album here, so it means a lot to me to record here, to perform here.
Have you bought a house in London? It was in the papers that you had.
I know, but in fact I haven't. I mean, according to the newspaper reports, I think I bought about 10 houses here. I'm looking. Right. If you've heard of anything, you know,
I've got a spare room.
with a garage. Right. How do you say it? Garage.
Garage, but I'm from North, so. What do you like about living in the UK?
Well, you know, it's a known fact that I'm known to go to pubs. I like pubs. I like, I like my boyfriend. He's English. I don't know. I like the sense of humor here that that most people have. I like the architecture. And there's like really cool scenes here. There's a really cool art scene. There's fantastic theater, great music, cool fashion. I mean, I could go on and on.
It's quite the press in this country aren't renowned for leaving stars alone.
Well, you'll notice I didn't mention them in the things I liked.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you what you don't like. Yeah, so is that first on the list of the things you don't like?
Well, the thing is, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that England's a small country, and so I think that they make, celebrities are a much bigger deal here than, for instance, they would be in America. And the things that make it on the front of the newspapers here would just never cut it over there. So I think that has a lot to do with it, just because it's small. And probably not a lot of celebrities live here, so.
We don't get out much over here, that's a problem. Not much on the telly. Ali G at the MTV Music Awards.
Oh, he's naughty as usual.
So naughty, because his first opening gambit that wasn't even about you when he was doing the award was really rude. He managed to mention movies with a donkey and two ladies.
I know. Well, I think he's funny, but he, being rude is part of his act.
Oh, he's amazing, he's ace. He had a starring role, obviously, in the music video as well, and he introduced you at the MTV Awards in Stockholm, which was really good, because I was with Sara, and I was going, gosh, you can laugh at herself, and that's good, because he was like, my main bitch, Maradona. It was excellent. So did you see him on the telly? How did you get to meet him?
Well, I was here making my record, and all the guys in the studio kept talking about Ali G. Have you seen the show? Did you see him last night? Sort of thing. And I said, who is this guy? And so finally, my engineer gave me a tape of, I think there was a bunch of shows they put together for Channel 4 or something. I can't remember. Didn't he used to do a show on Channel 4?
Yeah, he used to do 11 o'clock show. He just had a little insert in there before he got his own series.
Right. Anyway, so I saw that, and then I saw a couple of segments of his own series, and then I said, oh my God, he's hysterical. Well, then I got the idea for the video, and I needed a limousine driver, and I wanted someone funny to interact with. And at first I thought about some American comedians, but the only person that was in the front of my brain was Ali G, so.
People imagine because you're successful, you're rich and you're busy, you've got thousands of staff running around. Is that true? Do you manage to be normal at certain parts?
Well, I think I always manage to be normal, whether there's 2 people around me or 1,000 people around me, but I do have a lot of people working for me, not 1,000, but I have 2 kids, so I have nannies, and I have an assistant, and I have a security guard, and, a driver, the normal things. I mean, the normal things for, somebody who does what I do for a living.
It's really weird how, like, sort of a few years ago, I'd see in the papers sort of jogging in America with, like, loads of people, and then now you're sort of washing your car in the street and trogging about. So.
Yeah. Well, when before I started practicing yoga, I did go out running a lot, and for some reason, well, because I ran outside and there would be fans outside, I'd have to take several bodyguards, and then somehow we'd end up picking people up. And by the end of the run, it just looked like half the city was running with me all the time.
Like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Just following you behind.
And ever since I've, been doing yoga, I guess, that's eliminated a whole section of my life that's captured on camera.
Yeah. It'd be weird having people you didn't know just doing stretches.
It made me run faster, though, having all those people chase me, so it was good.
Do you think Lourdes has a proper understanding of who you are? She's really quite young yet, isn't she? So.
She knows I'm a singer, and she knows, that I'm in movies, and then she sees me on TV and stuff, but I don't think she really understands, the whole thing about fame and the press and stuff like that. I think she just thinks that what I do is, what everybody does, what everybody's mothers do.
Does Lourdes like your music?
She loves it.
Does she?
Yeah.
She might have to say, yeah, Mum.
No, she does.
We asked your fans to email in questions. We've got thousands and thousands. We've sifted through them. Donald Jeffers wants to know, if you're having a dinner party and you could invite anybody in the world, who would you invite to your dinner party?
Oh, God. That's a good question. Do they have to be alive?
No.
They don't?
No. You could work magic at the BBC.
That's a really tough question. But it's a good question, because I ask people that question too. Like, who would you invite to your dinner party? Like Socrates and Jesus Christ and John Kennedy and Maria Callas and Frida Kahlo and
So it's a precious
Hitler, how about that?
Wow.
I mean, I just think that people who've done things in the world, like people who've influenced or changed the world, those are the kind of people I want to sit down and talk to, because obviously they're normal people too, and so you just want to have a conversation with them.
You'd want Jesus to have a word with Hitler, though, about how
Yeah, I think
horrible
that,
it was.
you know, he might have a chat with him. In fact, he probably has had a chat with him already. So
Sorted it out. Wow, that really happened. James Reeves wants to know, it's a very similar one, it's actually, if you who would you most like to see, dead or alive, again wearing a T-shirt with Madonna emblazoned across it?
dead or alive? I would like to see the Pope wearing my T-shirt. That's what I like. Okay.
Think that'll happen?
No.
No. Sandy Richards from Brighton says, are you and Guy really getting married?
Well, we've certainly discussed it, but we haven't made any formal plans. And quite frankly, you know, right now when I'm promoting my album and he's doing his movie, it's just too insane to do anything. So you never know.
Caroline Samways from Peterborough says, do you do the supermarket shopping?
No.
No. Would
No.
you like to?
No.
No,
I
fair
really
enough.
have no interest in it.
Excellent. Madonna, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank
doing it.
you.
Wicked. Cheers. We got you this T-shirt with my name on it.
Ah,
If you wanted to wear it
never
tonight.
know.
I wish you might do.
I only wear T-shirts of girls that people sort of take the piss out of sometimes. So, you know.
Give it back.
Does she get tortured sometimes?
Yeah, by us
Does-
mainly.
Okay. Well, if you do get tortured in some way, shape, or form, it's possible that I could wear. So I'll keep it. Sarah Cox.
Bated breath tonight. She's not wearing it. All right, Wicked. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Excellent. Nice one.